from a different account that looks exactly the same. I think it's like a different, like maybe it was like a black screen and like the username was like an ampersand or something. And I was like, oh my god.
What does it say?
And it says, I saw you. I know what you've been doing.
Oh.
And I'm like, what? What does that mean? So not the first one was I saw you.
Yeah.
I know what you did. And the second one was just to me. I saw you. And I know what you've been doing.
Yeah, but you literally got I know what you did last summer.
Yeah, I was like, what have I been doing? The next day, I was furious because I was like, this has to be Mark. Mark had the same idea because he got a message the following night, the same night. He came home to a message on his computer.
I hate it.
And it says, I know what you did, and you're not going to do it again.
Oh.
Completely different than mine and way more serious. And he was like, that is not funny, dude. Like, is this you? Like, are you fucking with me? And I'm like, no, dude. Like, I don't even like know like how to like what? I make it's like open up your profiles. And he's like, open up your fucking phone, see your profiles. And we like looked at each other's computers and like, once again, at that moment, it could have been they just completely hid it. We couldn't find evidence of it on either of our computers. He couldn't find it for me, and I couldn't find it for him.
I need you to understand that, like, just a side note, this story plus this game is making me, I'm, like, actually, like, fucking unnerved.
I knew it was perfect. That's why I chose perfectly.
Because, like, Japanese ghosts are, like, my fucking kryptonite. Like,
a delightful pairing.
Yeah, it's literally like a steak and red wine situation right now.
Oh yeah, it's grudgy.
Yeah, it's.
That's why I said before, I'm not happy it's not making the noise.
Yeah.
Because, like, they look just like it.
But, like, the ambience of this game, of just, like, occasional breathe, it's fucking me up a little bit.
It's a great game.
Yeah, no, it's fucking
I love
awesome.
Fatal Frame.
Tweet.
3? Did you say 3?
Tweet.
Oh.
Tweet.
I think you said because my third's in.
12.
I thought you were counting.
Fatal Sin 3.
Fatal Sin 3.
Did Gabby come back downstairs?
Gabby's here?
Yeah, that's you didn't see her.
I thought it was a fucking person.
Because you said nobody's
I
here.
had no idea she was here.
I didn't know she was here. You said, like, nobody's here. And then I saw
did
like your
say
cat.
nobody's here.
I saw your cat moving around. I was like, that's way too much noise to be a cat.
Oh.
Yeah,
I was getting a little unnerved by the actual house.
I was a little concerned too.
I meant nobody's here as in, like, my parents.
Nobody of significance.
No, Gabby's here.
So she just hasn't made her presence
Where is
known?
she?
I think she's upstairs.
Your
Well, she slept here for like she slept here for like 2 hours before you guys got here.
She benzos on my peen till I die.
Okay. Anyway, so you showed your accounts.
Yeah. So we're like, dude, then who is it? Because this is obviously like this has to be one of our friends.
Yeah, like it's just a coincidence
Yeah.
that it's when you guys broke something.
Yeah, our friends are fucking with us. But I'm like, Mark, did you tell anybody? And Mark's like, no. I'm like, I didn't tell anybody. I'm like, this is like been rattling me.
That's a lot for being 15. Like
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
experience. That's like I'm not derailing, but it's like in middle school I got like that OG like text chain of like, if you don't forward this to 10 people, like this girl will come to your bed at 3 in the morning. And I was like at a party, like I was at like a summer party, and I was like, I was fucking shook. And then I did one last slip aside, and I was fine.
Yeah, fear stalks.
We can't think of anyone that would know. All right, maybe it's not. So maybe it's a coincidence. So we message back together, and we'll go like, yo, like which one of you guys is it? Like very funny, but like it's like annoying. Like stop. The message is read, and no one responds. And we're like, and so we're getting annoyed. We're like, all right, dude, seriously, we see you reading the messages. Like, who is this? And it's read again, and no reply. And we're like, fuck. Like, all right, whatever. Like we know now we know it's one of our friends. They're just not owning up to it. They're being dicks. We're actually feeling a lot better about the situation, and we're like, this is like one of our friends being an asshole.
Yeah,
like this has nothing to do with it.
You solved it in your head.
Yeah, we're like, this is done.
Whoa.
Oh, that was not good.
What?
I thought you were looking at
triple
one
beam.
person and it went bloop. I was like, oh shit.
Yo, 15.
So Christmas goes by into the next year. Valentine's Day goes by. Nothing happens. March, April, May.
You're not
nothing
thinking.
happens.
You're not thinking about.
We're not
this,
even thinking
though, right?
about it. Yeah, it's over. It's over in our brain. We end up going in the woods multiple times in between there. So we ended up asking about it on an Xbox, and no one said anything. So we're like, whatever. So Mark's moving.
Oh, how far?
Pretty far. He moves to, I'll just say upstate New York. I won't say the town.
That's
And we're like, all right, man. You know, what's
this
it
is
called?
years later.
This is a year later. He moves. The summer happens. He comes back once or twice. We kind of just hang out at his house, though. We don't really go anywhere. But eventually, he comes and stays for like a week. He tells me, he's like, hey, dude, I just thought I'd let you know. I started getting messages again from that Facebook account 2 months ago. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you didn't say anything? And he's like, nah, I just thought it was dumb. Like, I still think it's dumb. Like, and I'm like, all right, like, what did it send you? And like, oh, it sent me like a picture of my old apartment.
What?
No way.
Oh, I just got a chill down my spine.
Really?
And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, it sent me a picture of my old apartment. Like, oh, that's dumb.
Oh
And I was like,
oh my god.
yeah, that's dumb, dude. Yeah, for
Yeah,
show.
so funny.
For show, that is hilarious.
My brother, for show, that is hysterical.
It's a fucking picture of his house
Oh my god. From the outside, I guess.
from the outside.
Perhaps
Yeah.
illuminated by headlights.
Whoa.
Oh, that makes
I was like,
so uneasy.
I was like,
That's
damn, dude.
fucking
I'm like,
rough.
that's stupid. He's like, yeah, it like looked old too, because like it still had our stuff outside. We hang out during that week, and we go into. We're like, oh, let's go airsofting. We haven't been in the woods, and like I haven't been in the woods in a minute. We go in the woods, and we're noticing there's like a lot more like the trail has been kind of flattened. So maybe it's like the town is picking it back up again. We go down the bike trail. We see like treads in the tires, like probably from bikes. And it looks like people are using that bike trail again. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Wow. The area's been, over the summer, they must have just like cleaned this whole place up. We're like, let's like, we don't have a map, but like, let's just like go out further. It was early. And his dad lived in the apartment complex across the street. We go down the bike trail, and we see that there is like a whole bunch of fucking tools and shit. Like someone's been like building there. We're like, all right, that makes sense. Everything we just saw. But there was no company logos on anything. There was no like, a lot of the tools were like weirdly mismatched. I'm like, all right, I guess maybe a contractor or something. But we're like, oh wait, like where the fuck did this like? There was like Bobcat, Bjork, and I'm like, oh, so we follow the trail from where it came from. We go down, and at the base of where the Bobcat thing came from, there's an antenna sticking up. Still kind of like less shittily built and more like stabilized to the ground. But there's an antenna sticking straight up, and it looks just like the one that we cut down.
Oh my god. I'm gonna throw up.
We probably stare at it for like 10 minutes. It felt like forever. We're like, oh my god. And then eventually we're like, through in between that, we're like, Mark, is that like, it's not the same one. It's like, no, like it's not. But like maybe they rebuilt it. Like whoever had it there, they rebuilt it somewhere, and they just like did a better job of making it not vandalizable. So like then we're like, okay, it must have been a government thing, and we just like they just didn't or they investigated and couldn't find evidence of us. Obviously, like, all right, that's enough emotional trauma. And we, oh my god, and this girl, dude, she's everywhere. So we leave, and we go out to an entrance that's not near Mark's house. And it's kind of like in the middle of the complex. It's about like probably dusk again. We don't usually leave the woods until until like it's like dark. While we're walking up, there is a white van that was parked by Mark's old apartment. It stops by the garbage compactor that's kind of in the middle. And while we're walking out, it follows us all the way to my house.
From how far away?
Like maybe 8 or 9 car lengths, and
just rolling,
rolling, and we're like, oh my god, we're being like, oh my god. We go the back ways behind the apartments, but we can still see it on the road. Like I mentioned before, my apartment's facing the parking lot, so we have to get to my front door via the parking lot. So we end up like gunning it from behind one of the buildings to my front door.
running.
We're running now. Get inside the door. We go to my room, and I immediately like close the blinds, but like do like a little like, open them up. And that van parks in the same exact spot a year ago, right in front of my fucking door. No headlights on because it's still daytime, and just sits there.
Are you fucking serious?
And I'm like, oh my god, like this is. And we look, but now I can look through the window, and in the front seat is just some guy. It's just some guy with his hood up. Couldn't really see his face too well, but I could just see that he was wearing his hood was up.
How close was the car to your window?
The same thing. It was like maybe 100 feet, vertical.
Okay.
Combo.
Sorry, horizontal.
Oh, 3-time combo, 3-time combo.
And Mark is like, what do we do? And I'm like, let's not freak out. Like, let's just like keep an eye on it, and let's just stay put. My mom comes home. When she pulls in, the van's engine turns off, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy's going to grab my mom.
Oh my God.
What does he look like? Did you see what he looked like or no?
No. I can only see that he had a hood up.
Okay.
Thank God that does not happen. The engine of the van turns off. She walks inside and she's like, "Hey." I'm like, "Oh, hi, Mom. How's it going?" The van sits there probably for another hour and then leaves. Guy never getting out.
Does he look to be doing anything?
Nope, just staring out the windshield.
I would have fucking jacked off on his van.
Over another month, nothing happens, but we are on edge.
Yeah.
the
Didn't he
whole
go back?
time.
Didn't he move back?
He went home, but he's on edge. Nothing happens to me. Mark
Don't.
tells me that, dude, someone followed me home from the bus stop today,
Oh my God.
and he gets a message from that account, the second one that he didn't block, underneath the picture of his old place. A month and change later, he gets a message from me that he screenshots to me and sends over Facebook of the town that he lives in, just the name.
Oh
I am like
my
physically colder.
God.
He's like, dude, I don't even want to leave my house right now. Like, I don't even want to. I don't even want to tell my mom. If I should tell my mom, like, should I tell my mom? I'm like, do not tell your mom.
Why?
Not because we're gonna get
They're
in trouble,
kids.
dude. I tell you, I am not saying that this shines light on my reasoning, but to me, it's like I just don't want to get in trouble. Maybe that's a psyche analysis, but neither of us just did not want to get in trouble for what we did.
Do not tell your mom.
Because spaces keep happening.
Yeah.
Where we're like, maybe it's over.
And this is before like social media.
No, it is social media. We're using Facebook. This
Facebook.
whole
Oh,
time.
but I mean it's before like.
But this is like rudimentary Facebook.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's not like.
Yeah,
Like back when it was still like a blue.
Yeah, they're still Farmville. Farmville's still competent.
Farmville is booming.
Booming. Yeah,
It's
Farmville is
heydays.
booming.
Christ.
Everyone's sending friend invites for them to buy
Yeah, everybody's
coins. And
parents-
Mafia City.
Yeah, everybody's
Mafia
parents
City.
are on Mafia City.
Everyone's parents are everyone's grandpas in Mafia
Please,
City.
please
Dude,
send me
I was-
materials.
I was explaining to someone the other day. I was like, yeah, like you used to be able to like poke people. That was a big thing. And everyone's like, what do you mean? I'm
Dude,
like, yeah,
if
you
you-
can poke people.
If a
I'm
girl
like,
poked you, you were
Yeah.
like, "What's up?"
yeah, like you
What's
get
up?
into a poke war.
This has been a year and change since the initial incident.
Yes. When
Did
I
you
was
have
like, I have all these
a moment where you're like,
weapons
oh,
and,
maybe Mark is the primary target? Because it seems to happen when he comes around.
and
it
it
seems to
it so that occurred to me, and I'm like, and there was also times, and there was
I never get to see Ricky spooked.
there's so whatever this thing is trailed him back to where he lives. Now Mark is not feeling comfortable at home anymore.
Yeah.
After like another week or so, he swears that someone followed him home again, and but this time, like he thought he saw it pull over and someone get out. Know that I'm being serious. He's like, this person was abnormally tall.
Okay.
Abnormally tall. A person probably been like 6'7", 6'8", just like this giganto person, wearing like jeans and a hoodie, and like he saw them walk into a house like a block or two away from him. I was like, oh, okay, so that's not someone following you. And he's like, nah, dude, that house is evicted. No one lives there. It's evicted.
I'm getting actual chills right now.
And I was like,
also,
oh, that's not good.
I also hate these fucking things so much that I have to fight right now.
He doesn't see that van for a while.
Fucking Christ, Gabby.
Ugh, I knew that was gonna scare me when she came back.
Gabby's
I'm glad
here.
you got it. I would have gotten it if you didn't get it.
What did you do, Gabby?
So my story's
Nothing.
effective.
She was just
It's
walking.
working.
And he just saw a silhouette, and he was like, "Duh!" It's okay.
A few months go by, and a different thing happens, completely separate.
My God.
So I have these dreams. I have these dreams sometimes, not anymore as an adult, but when like it stopped around like when I was 18, 19. My whole childhood, from when I was like 10 to 19, I've had these dreams every couple months where I'm in my old house. My parents wake me up and I run outside, and the sky is like almost looks like from Chicken Little, where it's all the hexagons like
Yeah.
connected, and but in between them is like all these constellations and stars and shit. And I'm like, what's happening? Like, what like I'm like my mom and my dad's like yelling at someone on the phone, and everyone's like running out into the street, being like, what the hell's going on up there? and what is this? And then all of this constellations and all those little like lines like connect like a ball and like drop down to like the horizon, and this big green wave hits us, and I wake up. Like everyone's screaming and running, and this big green wave hits us, and I wake up. I have this dream like every couple months. I am scrolling through Facebook, and
I would just get off social media at that point.
I'm scrolling through Facebook,
Moral of the
and
story, social media bad.
and like you would see random people's posts and like that like live feed thing. I'm scrolling through, and I see this guy talking about a dream that he's had. I click into his profile, and this guy's like a fucking like schizophrenic IRL schizo posting. But one of his posts,
Wait, I'm sorry. How did you find this guy?
randomly on Facebook,
Hi, Cora.
like by scrolling, and I'll just call him John.
Oh, great.
John
John the Schizo.
the schizo.
Mr. Jacob.
John has been.
It was
John
like
is-
a recommended friend or something. Yeah.
and like he has like regular like schizo stuff talking about like his aid and like
Regular Schizo stuff.
like nothing like crazy, like nothing conspiratorial, just like random schizo posting. But he has this post about a dream that he keeps having that is the same exact thing as my dream, except it's his family at his house, and those things happen.
Like the hexagon sky and the green wave.
All the different weird symbols and constellations, and then the green wave.
What?
And I'm like, whoa, this is insane. And I respond to his post, and I tell him, like, dude, I'm having the same dreams, blah, blah, blah. I talk to him. I didn't know it was a public post. It was a public post because I had some friends respond, like, bro, is this real? Like, what? And I was like, yeah, no, for real. Like, I don't think it's weird. Like, I think it's just a crazy dream. I'm like, oh, I'd make it private again. But it was probably public for, like, a couple hours. Like later that night, I'm in bed, and I'm scrolling on Facebook on my iPod, and I have a message, and it's a message from that fucking weird account, and they're like, oh, I have those dreams too.
What?
Oh my!
And I was like,
God.
fuck, this thing is looking at my Facebook profile.
It's gotta be one of
stalking
these
me.
fucking kids. There's no way it's not one of your friends. Oh my god!
Like I have those dreams too.
There's gotta be one.
Eat
Of
my
And I'm
fucking
like,
clam.
And I said, hey man, leave me alone, ba. And he's like, and then just kept saying like, I have those dreams too. And I'm like, whatever. He says like 3 times, like after like responding to me. I was like, fuck you. And I blocked the new account. I'm like, fuck you, fuck this account, fuck this joke, this is stupid. And then I did like the fucking like internet safety block where it's like block this like IP address. I don't know if people know you could do that. You could do that back then. It's mostly for online games, so you could block people's IPs so they couldn't. That one got you, dude. That one got you.
I know there was 2.
Came
Oh,
right out of the
that makes
wall.
me a little happy to see him scared.
How long was there 2?
There was.
I found out
time.
the same exact time you did.
They came out of the wall.
Where they usually come from.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever seen that genuine reaction from Ricky before.
Fuck.
It's just fucking Japanese ghosts.
He's vulnerable. Get him.
Sealed by his
Get him.
strong
He's
power.
weak. We jump you right now.
So I block the account. I tell Mark to do the same thing, and Mark does it. And I tell him what happened, and he's like, "Dude, that's fucked up. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what's happening." A few months go by into December, except I get a message on Skype, new app. I get a message on Skype from a random phone number. Now you can always make a fake phone number. There's some apps that could do that, but the area code was not from my area code. It was from Mark's new area code. So, if it's one of our friends, they would have had to know Mark's area code. Like, that's too elaborate. That's too elaborate. And I'm like, is this Mark? It is not Mark, because Mark is with me. Mark is with me
You get
at
it?
his house.
You get this message on Skype when you're with him.
on my phone. I'm at Mark's house, looking at Mark, and and I get this message through Skype from this random phone number from
That
Mark's
was bullshit,
area code.
dude. You clapped him.
I did. It was lined up and everything.
And I'm like, I scooch over on the couch. We're watching hockey, and I'm like,
Hey, you want to see something?
you want to
cool?
see something cool, Mark?
You want to see some shit?
Oh, hi, Mark.
And Mark looks at it and goes, "Oh my god!" And while he's looking at it, I get another message. The first message is just like a period, The second message is a screenshot of MapQuest. You guys remember MapQuest?
Yeah, I remember MapQuest.
And it was a MapQuest of the final location. It is the amphitheater / concert hall, the seasonal concert hall that is right next to Mark's dad's complex. Bless you.
Thank you.
We used to always sneak in there and hang out.
Like here.
Here.
Oh my god.
It's an amphitheater, followed by a message that says, meet me here, 12:30 p.m.
What? Are you fucking serious?
Did you?
So Mark looks at me, and Mark goes like, what are you going to do? Like, what are we going to do? And I don't know what came over me, dude. I think it was just the years of being pissed at the stupid joke, at whatever the fuck is going on, whatever this is, people following us, like people feeling like I had the feeling of someone looking at me over my shoulder all the time. And I'm like, let's just go. Let's just go.
Did you go strapped?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Homie had the gear up scene from Commando, I bet.
We went back to my place.
Let's gear up.
My mom was out for the night. I opened up my little treasure trove, my little box of goodies. I brought with me 2 knives and a taser.
Sweet.
And I gave Mark my retractable baton and my brass knuckle paperweight.
Goated.
And I was like,
The goated loadout.
I was like, we are going to either scare whichever one of our friends this is. We're going to scare them. We're going to like, you want to fuck with us, blah, blah, blah. Or whatever this thing is, we're going to it's game over. We leave my place. We take we don't go touch the road at all. We go through all the weird ways. And it's about like 11:50. And I'm like, let's get there early.
That is the strap, by the way. If you have to like meet up for like some nefarious things, get there way early.
Way early.
So you could just fucking post.
Because we're only 5 minutes away
Street
now.
posting by Ricky.
No. I'm just saying it's like
No, for real. That's what the
Good
thought
idea.
was.
It's just funny
It's
that
just
you're
like-
like, I can attest to
No,
this.
well, because like when you watch a lot of movies and it's always like meet me here at this time. It's like no, you get there way early and you devise like an ambush plan to
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
fuck
That's
them
it.
up.
Did you not have? You didn't have like extra bodies like around.
Just us. We sneak under the fence. There's like a lip we could pull up. We get there. It's probably around like 12 something. The GPS point was up on like an elevated. It was up on an elevated parking space thing, but it's just empty. And I'm like, all right, they want us to meet there. We are not going to stand there. That is all you can see us from every angle if we're standing up there. We're gonna hide over here in this little like area, little like patch of like grass and like woods, like thick trees, that we can see the point from. We hide out. We're just waiting there, and we don't say a word to each other. I think I see like a red light or something small, like across
Nighttime?
the parking lot. It's nighttime now. It's 12 in the morning.
Oh Jesus!
And I think
And you didn't leave a note for your family or anything in
No.
case something
Oh,
happened.
they can't know because they can't get
no
in
one
trouble.
knows. No one knows.
Of course you can't get
No one
Get
knows,
in
dude.
trouble.
I don't know. I guess like I mean we definitely had different childhoods, of course. But for me, I was always like I put like safety above getting in trouble.
I would have pussied out before this, definitely.
No. So, not getting in trouble. And getting in trouble sucks. And,
So I'm gonna sit with my dick out in this fucking dark field with a machete strapped to my leg, with Mark in my asshole, fucking brass knuckles. This is way better.
way better. They're getting in trouble.
Oh my god.
Did you
I see-
did you have any thought of you like I'm gonna die tonight? Like at this point, or were you like I'm gonna get him and I'm gonna
You
put
must
him?
have been
through-
I think I think my brain was like trying to process the anxiety because it wasn't like I was a Navy SEAL zeroed in this bush.
Yeah.
I was like watching this hilltop for like an half hour.
Were you in fencing shape?
Yeah. Well, I was never in good shape, but like I
Did you have the yams though?
had the yams.
Okay.
Well,
Okay,
that's why I
good,
brought.
good.
Okay, yes, I did have a machete. I'm like, I can use this. I'm actually trained to use a blade. Like I can. Like I had some.
I studied the art of the
I
blade.
studied the art of the blade. Like I have some confidence with a long sword. You know what I mean? Like so. Like the machete made sense.
Imagine you go up to fight some guy and he pulls up with a machete and gets into a fencing stance.
You know, there's 3.
fuck that.
No, in real life, this guy would have
there's
just shot
6
me
of
and like
those
put me into a
videos.
van.
There's a trilogy that happened somewhere.
a saga, if you will. A 6-part saga.
Somewhere in the Dominican Republic, I think.
You know, really, that series ended off in a bang. Episode 6 is so great. But
You know what,
anyway,
I know this is a little unrelated, but just speaking of like great footage of life, I still haven't seen Gang Tapes.
Ugh.
very good movie.
You don't-
Is that where your son isn't coming home tonight?
Yeah.
Mama, your boy ain't coming home
I
tonight.
quote that
Pop,
sometimes.
pop,
at
pop,
work.
pop, pop.
It's probably wildly inappropriate, but when kids break their laptop and they're like, "Oh, is it fixed yet?" I'm like, "Your laptop's not coming home tonight."
That is so good, man. That is so good.
The laptop ain't coming home tonight. Click, click, click. And I just see this red light, like that, like sometimes blinks, sometimes doesn't, across the parking lot. And I'm like, Mark, like, do you see that? He's like, yeah, I see it. I'm like, what is that? And I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck that is. It's not a laser pointer. It's not like a fucking, we're not like, oh my god, it's a sniper. Like, it's like, we're like, what is that?
Like a
Like
camera
maybe
kinda
it's
thing?
maybe it's a security thing or something. We just didn't notice it until now. But then it rolls around to 12:45, 1. It's 1 a.m. And I assume our parents are like, they're sleeping at Mark's house. Like my mom is sleeping at Mark's house.
Do you have that feeling like when you were a kid and you played Manhunt and you were hiding for too long and you were like, I have to pee so fucking bad?
Dude, I had to piss so bad.
Yeah. What is that? What is it about that fear that activates your bladder?
I don't know, man.
I think it doesn't activate your bladder. You just don't realize you have to pee because it suppresses that, and then
Oh.
eventually it subsides and you're like, "Oh, I
I
gotta
piss
piss
myself
so
I
hard."
piss myself. This person isn't showing, and I'm like, or they're already here and they're also waiting for us to pop out. And eventually we're like,
Jesus.
it goes to 1:20. I'm like, there's no way this person isn't showing. We just got fucked with so hard. So then we get out, and that red light's gone, and we're kind of just like, all right, let's just go back to your place, I guess, and we'll sleep there because that would make the most sense. We get to his place, we sleep. I wake up to a Skype video clip of the top of the hill there,
Anthony.
and
So that red light was the
they
camera.
said, why didn't you show?
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh my god. I'm like, and then I respond because maybe I was trying acting tough, and I was like, oh, maybe you weren't not worth my time or something. And it's like, but I saw you leave. And I was like, fuck, dude.
Oh my god.
I would have called the fucking SWAT team like, I want him dead.
Yeah.
I want his family dead. I want his children dead.
I'm gonna burn down his ass. Piss on the ass.
And I was like, listen, man, like,
Why is the music so intense?
like why didn't you show up? You're hiding away, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just angry. I'm just typing. I'm like, fuck you. Like, whoever this is, you're dumb. Like, this is a dumb joke, and blah, blah, blah.
Stop. I hate it. I hate it.
That was
I hate
bad.
it. I hate 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 it.
Sorry.
I hate
Are
it.
you? Oh, was that one of you?
No, that was the game.
That was loud as shit.
All right.
Oh, thank God.
I couldn't fucking handle that anymore.
No, I was kidding. So I'm texting back and forth. I'm like, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. This is dumb. This is stupid. They keep reading. And, they just responded back.
You fucking cunt.
God damn.
Go on the fucking wall, you dumb piece of
They
shit.
responded back, you were a disappointment.
Oh my god.
Were like
You were a disappointment, responding to all of my messages. That's how they responded to all the things I said. Cursing them out and freaking out. You were a disappointment. And that is how that story ends.
That's
Nothing ever happened again. No one ever felt like they were being followed, or it was creepy obviously after that for a while, but it was all in our heads. Nothing was happening. Nothing happened.
it. Deadass sounds like I don't even want to fucking say it. It sounds like it was like they were gonna film murdering you. Like if you were a disappointment, they were gonna film you out there, just fucking killing you, basically.
No clue. Never happened again.
My legs are
that is an
shaking.
ominous way to end it.
And I also don't have those dreams anymore.
What?
I haven't had one since I
They
moved
turned
up.
it
I
off the
moved.
broadcast. Honestly, the way it ended, it sounded like you fucking dodged being murdered by a serial.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he could. It sounds like he wanted to do some kind of snuff film. Or
That's what I'm
something,
saying. Yeah. If he was recording with a fucking
you
red
were a
light.
disappointment.
So the red light I saw over there for an hour was
the camera.
was the camera recording.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. That's why it seems like some weird fucking wreck snuff shit.
So like, yeah, that's the story.
That is.
Watch, we're gonna post this.
100%
now. You're gonna get a
real.
random message, be like, "So."
Don't say that.
No,
Don't say that.
No, I don't think so. I have a lot of stories like that. I can always
Great.
We could always do stuff like this.
Thoroughly unnerved. So.
Like what I want to do with my life, like unironically, is like make enough money to like get like a tricked out van,
And do this to another group of kids.
and
And pass it on. Yeah,
how's it feel to peak? That was the greatest setup. That was so
I just want
funny.
to pay it forward, you know.
I want to pay it forward.
I have it's not even really a story, so like but it is spooky. Between the ages of like 10 and 13, I was a chronic lucid dreamer. So like every night without fail I would lucid dream, which is double check if we all know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what lucid dreaming is.
Yeah.
Which was cool being a prepubescent boy to be like, haha, boobs. You know,
Spawn in boobs.
yeah, literally like console command, like sex, like sex.com.
gun. The Gmod gun.
Man. Sex.
It's just the Gmod gun going. Boing,
Yeah,
spawning
literally.
in tits.
There was like a string of like 2 days where I had like this fucking experience where it was like just fucking the worst. And it was like one, like I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like totally like still, like I couldn't move my body. And I was like, I didn't know at the time, but that's what sleep paralysis is.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't move my body. And I was just freaking out because it's weird to be awake and not be able to move. Like to feel paralyzed in real life, it's not a good feeling.
Weird, but okay.
Eventually, I mean, Stephen Hawking
Hot take,
still fucked the
but,
kid, but
What?
Oh my
How did you
God.
do that?
Don't say
How did he
that.
do that?
No, don't. That's such a crazy derail.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
H.
Jeffrey, this
one,
one's
one,
a
one, one,
keeper.
one. So like that was weird, but like that never happened before. So I was like, all right, whatever, you know. The weird thing was that the way that I would sleep is that it wasn't the way that you're supposed to sleep to lucid dream. Because I don't know if you're aware of this, but to lucid dream there is a specific way you need to sleep.
No.
What?
How do you do that?
So
Give
the
us the
way
formula.
is that you lay on your back with your hands at your sides, and that's how you sleep. In
Were
which
you
then
doing this on purpose?
no, this is accidental.
Oh.
But I didn't sleep like that. The way that I slept was because I'll just say simply I was scared of the dark, but not entirely. I was just scared of like this shit, like The Grudge Girl and stuff like that. Because like I started watching horror movies when I was like 9. I would lay on my stomach with my pillow over my head, and the blankets up a little bit, and just enough to where I could see a little bit out, and then know that there's like the light from the hallway and everything like that. But I would cover my whole face with a pillow, basically. Yeah, it's probably middle school, I'd say. I was doing that. I was sleeping that way, and then I woke up, and it was like I was waking up, and I was still the same way. I was on my stomach, and I had the pillow over my head, and I was looking outside. But as I was like opening my eyes and like shifting to being awake, I realized that I couldn't move my body. So I was like, all right, well, I was in a lucid dream. Makes sense, you know. Sometimes that happens. But the thing was that when I was looking out the crack from my pillow, my bed, it wasn't like my room. It was, I saw like the figure of a person, of like a silhouette of a person just standing, like close up. It's like I can see like the waist and legs.
Yeah, like they're right there. on
Like
top.
right there.
Oh.
But I can't move. So I try to close my eyes and wake up, and it's still there. I try to close my eyes and wake up, it's still there. And so the only thing I can do is, with my like mostly paralyzed self, is like try to yell for my parents. So I'm trying to like yell for my parents while I can't like have my muscles fire. But then the weird thing is that eventually I did look up a little more somehow, and I could see it's like burned into, because I even like drew it when I was in middle school. I was like, oh, let me fucking draw it. And it was like this silhouette of like a dude, and like you could see like the shadow of like just like withered hair, but there was no face. It was all black silhouette, and the hands were just like this basically.
Ugh.
And it fucking sent me into like panic mode. So I woke my body up, and this is gonna sound fucking dumb and like I'm making it up, I promise I'm not. And so I moved and I scrambled. So if I'm laying this way like a straight plank, I scrambled towards the wall, and I crawl to the bottom of the bed under the blanket. So like I'm fully under the blanket, but my head is now at the other end of the bed.
Okay.
Because I was like, let me just get away. And you skip this shit. I hate this shit so much. Press X. And so then I'm there, and with my hands, I kind of like pull up the blanket from underneath, like in the inside. I pull it like the blanket hangs over the edge of the bed. I pull it up to see like what's going on, and then I see the feet right there, and I just ended up like closing it down. Like I just went back to sleep. Like I just kind of like knocked myself out, and I woke up and I was like,
dude, everyone.
I was like, no.
I promise you, dude. I promise you. Way more people have experiences like these. You just have to ask them.
It's just literally like after we play this, I'm gonna put on like Family Guy compilations for an hour. That's what I do after like. So there's another thing where I can talk about it where this happened about over COVID. So I'm like terrified of lucid dreaming now. It's weird because worldwide, it's like a phenomenon. It's like worldwide, different cultures, everything. There's a select number of things people see in lucid dreaming. There's like 6 of them. It's like, but one of them, it's like scarily enough, it's called like the Hag, basically. It's like a fucking
Hag,
I can't listen to this.
I know the
long.
Hag.
Yeah, no. I'll try to make it quick. It's spooky. I'll literally watch Family Guy with you after this. So it's like I was sleeping here. I was also watching TikToks like 3. Remember, did you go through a phase that over COVID quarantine you watched like TikToks till 3 a.m. just
Thankfully, no.
Yeah.
No, I was just like rotting
So
in bed.
bad.
If you watch like illustrations of it, it's like basically like an old woman, like standing or like kneeling on your chest, basically, and just like very close.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah. And I fell asleep and I woke in the middle of the night and I didn't open my eyes because I just didn't. I was just sleeping. The beginning of this event is you feel like a pressure down on your chest. I was like laying there and like I felt that. And I just like I was like nope, and I fucking got up, and I stayed up from 4 till like 9 p.m. the next day.
Clip.
Yeah, and like I didn't like sleep down here like for like a couple days, and it's not down here. It's not like a ghost thing. It's just like, again, brain thing. Shut up.
Yeah. The Hag sitting there punching the air like fuck.
Yeah, literally. But
damn it.
I used to have nightmares a lot, and I was just afraid to go to sleep for a
Yeah.
long time.
There
I
was-
just had to be like, well,
yeah, man,
here we go.
nightmares are fucked, and like nightmares, I feel like I knock on wood, I don't have any more. I just have really weird, funny dreams.
I have very bizarre.
I don't dream
dreams.
anymore, really.
That's because it's all the zins.
Yeah.
Zins.
It's sucking all the creativity out of you.
There was a time where the only thing I remember that led up to it was like Shark Week, and I was watching it, and there was this one show about like sharks in like the really deep dark water and how they use like their ampullae in the front to like electrosense things, and just for some reason it was very eerie the way they shot it. And after that, like I had this sensation that I was being like, because at this point I had a bunk bed and I was sleeping on the top bunk, and I had this sensation of something just swirling above me. So I would sleep. I did the same thing you did. I would just sleep on my stomach, with the blankets pulled over my head, like just a little crack where I can see between the pillow and the blanket. And that lasted for like a few weeks, where I just felt like there was some presence.
Yeah. Dude, being a kid sucks. As much as
In some ways,
as much as
yes.
it's good, but it's like it's fucking scary.
Being mentally defenseless like that.
Yes.
Is ass.
Yeah.
I just
And, like-
remembered the mini Christian.
Oh yes.
Mini Christian.
That was
yeah.
fucking-
What's the mini Christian?
I'll tell you. I'll tell
that's
it
a
again
good
in a
one.
second. But
That's a
I'll have
good
like a
one.
dream where I'm stuck in open water and there's like a shark in the open water and I'm like frantically trying to get to a boat. I'm like completely defenseless.
Oh,
At least
that
if I'm on
sucks.
ground, I'll try to throw hands.
Yeah.
And I'll get like I throw a 2% punch
Uh-huh.
like thing. But at least I can like try. It's awful. But the Christian thing was I was in my bed at my parents' house, and the door is like being like violently rattled, like somebody's trying to get in, and I'm spooked. So I stand up and I try to go under my bed. Under bed there's a safe, and I'm like trying to put in a code that I thought I knew for the safe. I'm trying to get a gun out of the safe, and I know it. And
Ooh, shit. Well, we got you.
Fuck, dude, I didn't see.
If you press pause, you could heal. You have the healing tools.
Yeah.
You gotta run from him.
he's
Did
fast.
you see that shit?
Yeah, no, heal.
Broke his ankles.
Continue.
So yeah, somebody's violently rattling the door, and I cannot remember the code for the life of me. And I basically just like submit, and I give up, and I'm just like, okay. And I think I try to like, I kind of gather myself, and I put it in again, and I get it, and I point at the door, and I put on the flashlight, and it slowly creaks open, and it's like knee-high Christian with a t-shirt pulled up over his nose. And I got so I was fuming. I was like, "Don't you ever fucking!" Like I was fucking screaming. I put that in the group chat, and it was well received.
Funny.
Dan, I just remembered. I can tell them about that dream in a different episode because I want to wrap up soon. A different episode, the one I told you when we were on Battlefront.
Oh my god.
That's
that
a
was
good one.
Wild.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Let's
fair
wrap
frame.
this shit up. I'm done.
I think.
I'm all squeezed out.
Yeah, can we put Subway Surfers on or something?
Yeah, I'll put Family Guy on. Hold on, let me see.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
That was like a
very
perfect
personal and
combination
traumatizing.
of things. That was deeply unnerving.
Yeah. What a crazy story.
Fucking
Yeah.
Gabby jump scared me.
Yeah.
Isn't it gonna like copyright us?
Vocoded.
Oh.
That's the honorable mention. I want a lightsaber.
Carrie Fisher, R.I.P.
Oh yeah, Slave Leia is hot as fuck.
Yeah.
We
We
lost a mother of the Force today.
she could choke out my Jabba.
Rest in peace, Carrie Fisher.
Until I Sanskrit.
May the Force
Until I hut.
May the Force be with you, Carrie Fisher.
Oh God!
Carrie Fisher,
She
when I saw
chokes
you,
on my Java till
when
I
I saw
hot.
you, Carrie Fisher,
I'm gonna hot.
at San Diego Comic Con.
Move quick!
I'm
gonna hot.
I knew that I was changed forever.